Here we are, back to part 2. We're going to set that pallet fork bridge, lubricate it, set that balance on, and then it should start ticking. Look how 1-2 clicks and that starts rotating nicely. That's a good sign. Okay, pick up your pallet fork. Pallet forks can be a little intimidating. I don't mind them, only because everything else just seems like such a pain. The least of my worries is a pallet fork. And if I see some, right now I'm taking some, I picked it up, I found a little bit of lint on it. A little piece of Rotico takes it right off. Okay, good view. We're going to drop that in there. Okay, it's in the center jewel. Looks good. Here's our bridge. Get a better view of that for you. So we got 2 pins to line that, 2 dowel pins to line up that bridge, and then that center jewel will fit right over the pallet fork. I just kind of drop it in, wiggle it around. Sometimes you drop it in and you're good to go first try. Other times, like now, it takes a little bit. Don't force it. Alright. You can see the pins are lined up, but it's not sitting because of the center shaft of that pallet fork. It looks like I gotta pick it up. Come on. Okay, not yet. Looks like it's got a bit of a twist. And then all of a sudden it just drops in. And you'll get that feel. You'll know when that thing just lays in there nice. You know you're in. And if you look at that jewel, you can see the shaft coming through it. So we're hooked. Give it a tap here, a tap there. No pivoting. Everything is sitting straight. Looks like we might be out of focus. Let's set that screw, or set that in with our screw. This is a little tiny bugger. Being a machinist, I can't imagine machining one of these little screws. Amazing stuff. Okay. These actually go in pretty nice because of that cavity and being a flathead. They kind of self-center. And they go right in. I like to do this. Give that a wind. A few clicks. And if you nudge that pallet fork, it'll flip to the other side. Just touch it and it goes. Give it a touch. Snaps right back. The more turns you put in, the more tension you put on that spring, it will. There you go. Yeah, the dogs are barking. The wife is home. Okay, we're going to put that balance in next. Beautiful sunny day after a snowstorm yesterday. Melt some of this crap. I hate snow. Okay, so you see how that's sitting there. That's the position I want to leave that fork. You could put it in this position if you so desire. It all depends on how you approach this with the balance. I like to put it to that side, and we're going to come in this way and then rotate that around to engage the balance. Hopefully I can show you how this is working without too much difficulty. The nice thing is, because we have tension on that mainspring, this is going to start ticking as soon as we drop it in. So let's give that a try. Bear with me. Give that a turn, engage, drop it on. There we go. It's ticking a little bit, but I gotta when I put that shim in there next, I like to pick that up with some Rodico, watchmaker's putty, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to come in the side like that. A little piece of lint on there. Yeah, it fell off. Okay. That sits in there, and now we can lean on this. And because it's centered up better, the balance is starting to tick. Good sign. Let's screw it down. Once it's screwed down, it'll center up better. It'll tick nice. Okay, it's not ticking very quickly because I got very little tension on that mainspring. And we don't have our jewels in yet. But the fact that this thing is ticking is a good sign. You'll know as you gain some experience, you move along, how good it's going. If you get to a step where, alright, nothing's going, I got a binding gear somewhere, you're going to stop. Figure that out. Okay. I'm going to move this to the side. I'm going to prep my balance jewel for lubrication. Like I said, I'll link you up with that one that shows it real nice online. It's a real slick setup the way the guy does it. And I think that's pretty much the industry standard how it's done. And I've learned to do that myself. Just bear with me there, people. I'm still here. Okay. Don't forget that jewel has a flat side and a convex side. Flat side down. Alright, now it's being a mule. What else is new? It can be tedious. The Dumont tweezers definitely pay off when you're handling a capstone. Okay, there we go. Capstone jewel is in the base of it. And we got that relief for the spring. I'm going to pick that spring up with some Rotico and lay it in there. I don't know if it's going to come up on the video. Ah, you horse's ass. My stone came out. Oh, fell right back in. Good. Alright. Like I said, these can be a little hairy. They can be a nudge. Okay, there's one tang in there. We're going to try to set that other tang, or tab, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes one goes in and one pops out. Come on. Patience. And when it is, it pops up like that. That's a good sign too. Of course it stopped ticking because of the tension on it. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Of course I'm blocking all the light. The sunshine's really wreaking havoc. Identical to the last one we did. Did that one come out? Ah, yeah, horse's ass. It did. Alright. You see what I mean. Some days I can nail this right in. Other days, not so much. Let's try this. Yeah, the caffeine doesn't help. Of course it took a dive. And there it is. Because I took my eyes off it. Oh crap. Alright. See, this is what you gotta deal with. There's another technique you can do, is just take that, lean on it with the tool and spin them right in there. I might try that. Okay, there's one set. Let's see if we can set two of these. The rest of them in. Outstanding. Center it up. Tweak it a little. Look at that. Well, we did it. It's centered. It looks good. It's ticking beautifully. Well, sometimes I like to take and put this right on the time grapher to see how it's ticking, but we can worry about that later. It's looking pretty good. The hairspring looks good. Give it a little dusting over here. Okay. Let's turn this over. Like that. Now we're going to put the dial back on. So we got to loosen up those dial feet screws. They were right around here. Here's one. I ran them in just a bit so I didn't lose them. You really don't have to take them out. You can, but I don't. Got that one. Okay, there we go. Now, gotta watch your jaws on your movement holder. You don't clamp that balance. You can see it. You can see it over there ticking away, the shadows. Now, we're going to set that other gear, but we need a little bit of lube on that. The minute wheel. So let's put a little on that. Right in that middle part. We don't want lube on the top, because that's where the ham gets pressed on. Okay. There's a little bit of lube right there. That's okay. And if we set it, turn it, you can see it moving. That's our minute wheel. Okay. The dial is pretty clean. I don't do much with those unless they're really bad. But for something like this, take a ball of Rodico, roll it all around. Picks up anything. Lint, dust, fingerprints, oil, you name it. And if you have gloves on, you can handle it without fear of contamination. Just drop that on there. Look at that. And once that's on there, we're going to hit it with some Rodico again. Just a little pressure. There we go. Show you that screw. Okay, come around here. There it is. Don't got to be killer tight. Very tiny screws. These are actually pointed on the end and digs into those feet. I got a blower here. I use a Giottos, Giottos. It's actually for dusting camera lenses. I think they're 10 or 12 bucks on Amazon. It gives a good strong blast of air. Works great for these. Just don't blow that into the movement on the hairspring, because it will take out a hairspring. I'm just dabbing this with Rodico, making sure it's dust free, dirt free. We're going to put that under glass for now. We're going to work on putting the hands on next. We're going to set those hands And let's see, I got that. I am going to take a break because I'm missing something. Okay, let's take a break and we'll continue later.